hair cut off.
Got this. Alright.
Yeah. Okay, I was just waiting for it to start. Would you went live?
It's live, already. We're live. Hello, everybody.
Hey, welcome back once again with the ladies of DW 2.0, the rise of a broken woman. And so we are here another week with LaWanda,
Victoria,
Alisa.
Yes. So, so the topic for this week is female relationships. But before I get into that, I definitely want to tell you how to invite your friends to like, follow, and share our Facebook page, DW 2.0, The Rise of a Broken Woman. We do have two Facebook pages. The other one is That's Wess'up 2.0 LLC. Also, we are on YouTube and Instagram. So definitely follow, like, share, invite your friends. You can, last week we did do a welcome introduction video with the panel of DW 2.0. So that's the video if you want to go back and look at that. But for this week, we are talking about female relationships. And I think the reason why is because what I've noticed is that women are quicker to judge one another and criticize one another instead of trying to support and build up and things like that. So I think it's very important that we discuss that topic. What do you think, ladies?
Yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Definitely a discussion that needs to be had.
So I want to start with how we met. Like, my memory is so bad, so I really don't remember how I met Alyssa.
I have no clue how that came about.
I don't know, so I'm gonna start with
Evidently, it had to have been through me because
her.
we've been friends for a long time. So you want to tell them how
Yeah.
you and I met?
No, wait.
Or do you want to tell that part? Because, I mean, that's your story to tell.
Yeah.
How you met me.
Well,
Because we almost like how I met.
when we met, okay, so my daughter was dating.
That's me.
That's my daughter.
That's me.
Yeah. So she was dating Victoria's stepson, and I was going through a tumultuous time in my life, and I ended up in a hospital. I hadn't met Victoria yet. And then all of a sudden, while I'm in the hospital, my daughter brings this strange woman up there during the most vulnerable time of
That
my
would
life.
be me.
And I just remember thinking, what in the whole entire hell? This woman don't know me now. She's all up in my business and stuff. And so it was a little weird. And that was about 6-7 years ago.
It's been a little minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long minute. And so we've been knowing each other for about that long. But I know, what's your recollection? Because, you know, she's going to tell it completely different.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much like she said. I mean, we met on weird circumstances or whatever, but I think the important thing is that, you know, that was the start of something lasting, because I think Thesia could tell that because it was her fault.
That's me.
But no, like she said, it was because my stepson was dating her daughter, and there was a family situation that came about, and that situation was brought to my doorstep. And I felt like, you know, as a parent, you know, I needed to intercede. And it was, you know, pretty much like almost like a family feud or something, or a misunderstanding or whatever. But I didn't take it like that. It was something serious because it involved kids. And so, therefore, I took the measures necessary to make sure those kids were safe.
They were safe. You know how kids, they'll tell one thing, one situation to happen, and then they go blow it out of proportion to somebody else. But when she came into this vulnerable situation, all I'm thinking is like, dang. I mean, I'm looking toward from the floor up. I'm medicated, and my daughter didn't think enough to, you know, at least let me know before bringing some random woman up there. But, you know, here we are 6-7 years later, still kicking it. Now, I have no recollection of meeting Alyssa, she just kind of got right on there. She's my white chocolate.
I have no idea how we met. I know it had to be through Vicky Doe's. And the first time I can remember like really hanging out with you is when we all went to play pool on New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Years ago.
Good times.
A couple of years ago.
What, 2016? 16? Yeah.
So how did you meet Alyssa?
Well,
or 2015, 16.
I think sometime. Me and Alyssa was destined to meet at some point because
we followed each
other. I was in Fort Irwin from 96 all the way to early 2000. I left there. When did you get there?
2000.
She got there 2000, probably right after I left. So then I went to Fort Benning, left Fort Benning, went to Italy, left Italy, came to Fort Hood. We were in the same unit in 3rd ACR. Knew of her, didn't really, I don't think we worked with each other.
We didn't work together because I think you worked in the office during that time.
Yeah.
I was in the motor pool.
Yeah, and so after that, she PCS from Fort Hood to Germany. Mm-hmm. And then 2011, while I was deployed to Kalsu, came down on orders for Germany. And lo and behold, guess who my sponsor was?
C'est moi.
Yeah. But at the time, her name on the thing was Lisa Beasley. I'm like, hold on. This name sounds familiar or whatever. So I hit her up or whatever. She's like, Sergeant Johnson, you know who this is or whatever and stuff. So, we conversed or whatever. So I was really looking forward to seeing her when we got there because, 3rd ACR family. Now going to Germany, got family there and stuff. So from there,
it was just in the motor pool, talking, hanging out, giving each other notes, her mentoring me in a lot of stuff, her always asking me to take trips with her, but at the time I was involved with someone, so I hung out with him more, and I should have been hanging out with her, I guess.
Yeah.
No. I think the biggest reason why we're letting you guys kind of going back and about how we met is because a lot of these are the only females that I hang with. I don't have a lot of female friends. I feel like, and this is gonna be messed up to say, but since we are speaking uncandidly, sometimes females can be a bit messy.
Yeah.
Very judgmental. I've been in different situations to where people look at you and just by your look alone, they have determined your value. Like
right.
And I don't even know what it is.
We can't be friends because you look a certain way or you don't look a certain way.
You may feel like you're bougie or you think you're too good. Or
maybe bougie.
I am not bougie. I'm just opinionated. Like, dude, you have to understand, and I always talk about people's backstory. I think people have a backstory, which is the catalyst for the way they are in present times. So back in the day, I used to let people run over me, talk to me crazy, disrespect me, and I used to walk with my head held down all the time. So when I went to the military, I was 28. It's when I started talking, really voicing my opinion about injustices or whatever have you. And so
finding your voice, pretty much.
Yeah. So now I think people take that the wrong way and think it's, she's being confrontational or combative. No, I just have an opinion, boo, just like you do. So, it's female relationships. I think it's very important to find people that are like-minded. You think?
But I think it's important to find people who are like-minded, but don't have friends that are just they agree with everything because we don't agree
yes,
on
men
everything.
and women.
Yes, and it's important that you remain who you are in character and your own identity. So you have all those feedbacks that you can get from each other's opinions that will help shape and mold and maybe reform how you think about certain situations or ideals, and to help you from making mistakes because you need a friend that's going to tell you you're messed up. What you're doing is toxic, and what you're doing isn't correct.
And I think that's what's happening. Females, they'll do it in a joking manner. Bitch, you crazy, and I hate that word. But I don't think if I have somebody who's going to agree with everything I say, how can I learn from that?
How can I check myself?
Now, how can you really call yourself a friend if you're not being truthful and, when it calls for that?
No, I get in trouble for being real.
No,
I get some
you're real. You're real, and sometimes, and I have to put it out there because sometimes people will say 100 or that's real when it's 100% fake. And so people have been doing the same thing for so long that they feel like it's right. but they call it real, if that makes sense. Oh, that's keeping it 100. Okay, so if a person believes that their truth, which is probably a lie, that is their truth, I can't say that it's not truth or 100 for you, but for me, I may see things a different way. I may have a different perspective.
Right, because you can't invalidate someone's opinion because it's their opinion. It's how they think. All you can do is counter that with something else. Maybe you guys, have a difference of opinion. You're trying to come together on something. It's good that you have your own voices because regardless of what you think about their opinions, sometimes you seem to find yourself going back to what they say and be like, okay, I can see that. I can come around to that point of view now.
Do you think it's what they said necessarily or how they say it? Like,
I think it can be both, but I think that also takes sometimes reflection on yourself. You're sitting there late at night and you're thinking about the conversation that you had earlier. Maybe it got heated. Maybe you guys got into a little argument over it, but you're thinking about it later how, maybe I was just being stubborn and stuck in my point of view. Let me try to see it from their perspective. And sometimes it'll open up a whole new way of thinking for you and your friends.
I think it depends on who it is that's giving you that feedback. Because if you don't know this person, they may not have your best interest. Since they've
that's
already
true. But
undervalued you.
You're probably still going to contemplate it later, but that's up to you to decide, is it something that fits in your motif, or is it something that you're not okay with character-wise, integrity-wise, moral-wise?
Why do you think it's hard do you think it's hard for females to have quality relationship amongst?
I do, and I think a lot of that comes from being jealous and.
Is it always jealousy?
No. I think there's different spectrums. I think there's a lot of jealousy. I think there's a lot of envy. I think sometimes there's too much competition. Competition is healthy between you and your girlfriends. It keeps you going up and up and up. It helps push each other.
Yeah.
But some girls, they just feel like, is she trying to talk to my man? Is she trying to take my job?
And that's
it's
one.
It's the trust.
Okay, so where did
have to find some
where
trust.
did the trust break down then?
Sometimes it's your own insecurities that are doing it, that are killing that friendship. Your own insecurities. So you really have to do a lot of self-evaluation and take care of yourself and make sure that the toxic person in those relationships aren't yourself, and that you're dealing with those toxicities that you might be hanging on to.
You said a mouthful, because I think it's easier for people to say, okay, that person's problem, and never really say, well, maybe it's some issues that I have.
Right.
And so in a lot of situations, I always self-reflect to see where did I go wrong in the situation. And I think maybe people just don't understand other people. They don't try to understand, or they're so set in their ways with how they do things, their influences, how they were raised, that it's so easy to say, well, you're wrong, instead of...
Yeah, because you have X amount of years of formed beliefs and morals and opinions, and,
you feel like they're right because you've always been that way.
What do you think, Vicki?
I'm like this, and I'm going to base this off of our relationship with each other.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, because any female, if you take my business and take it elsewhere, I ain't going to fuck with you no more. Excuse me, French. I ain't going to fuck with you no more.
Well, I know French, but that ain't French, so...
But, these ladies, I could tell them my whole life story, and I ain't really got to worry about it. I'm going to accept responsibility here. They have told me some things, and I went from her and told her, but she's like, well, did I tell you to tell? No, but, it's amongst us.
Wait,
so,
can I be privy to that conversation?
At least in this circle, it ain't going outside of it and everything. So, just that alone, it means a lot.
I think it's very, Mary said, this is true, it's hard to find true friends. And then we really have to, how do you even gauge your friends? Do you just say, okay, this is another woman, I could be friends with her because the way she dressed or she looks nice? Or do we really do some... And I think it's almost messed up to do some background checking, but when in terms of your feelings, in terms of your mindset, I think it's important that you really pay attention to who you befriend.
And I think for me, it's I simply base it on my instincts. Simply. Like, I knew that me and her were going to be close friends and have a really strong bond from the beginning. I don't know what it was. It was just something that was about her character and how we meshed so well. And for the most part, I've always dealt like that. Even when I was younger, that's how I gauged my friendship with people. And like, if by chance I was wrong on a couple of females, I was not sorry and very quick to be like, we're not talking anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm my history, my trust meter, like, I just don't trust people in general. So it's not hard for me to make friends. I just prefer in order, I've been through a whole lot. So I don't really trust people with me.
With your life story.
I am fragile. And so, I'm very fat, and I'm very sensitive.
She's the biggest.
So I'm super mean.
She's the biggest, meanest crybaby.
Wait.
Yes, she's the meanest, sensitive crybaby.
Oh, let her tell you what that means, though. You got to tell it.
So
don't gang up on me now.
I'm not ganging up on you. So she is kind of mean in a way that if she cuts you off, you're done, right? But at the same time, she's very sensitive, and if you say something to her, she gets very not crybaby. I don't really want to say that, but you get very that hurt my feelings. And
I don't
say
she'll
hurt you.
I don't say
cut you off real quick.
No, I won't say that you hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
I will cut you the hell off because I feel like because I don't mess with people, I don't deal with people, I don't run in circles and with the whole messy thing. Like if we get into it or whatever.
Is there one right?
No. Okay.
Gotta make bottles.
We on grandma duties. We got 3 grandkids over here right now. I have 2 and Vic has 1.
Y'all meet Kyrie. This is Kyrie. Say hi, Kyrie.
He's like, man, I'm not trying to do all that. But like I said, it's very important that you do your due diligence in terms of who you befriend, and you're being friends with people for the right reasons is not so you just go tell their business to somebody else. And,
why you look at me like that, boy?
Because I'm talking to you. You guilty?
Wait,
no.
Let me interfere with that.
This one.
So, if you're friends with somebody and then you stop being friends, that's not your place to put their business in
because you're mad.
Because of what they told you out on the street to everybody else. That's tacky, that's messy, and that's real childish and dirty. Yeah. So if you're friends with somebody and you stop being friends, don't go spreading what they've told you, their secrets.
Keep their name out your mouth.
Mm-hmm. But is that delegated or relegated to women?
I think it's for everybody.
Like women have the most volatile, toxic relationships.
But we share so much intimately with each other, and then years down the line, you're no longer friends, and then now you have to be worried: is that person going to tell all your mutual friends? The stuff that you share with them in the most intimate, private settings, are they going to go off and spread your business and make you look like a fool? Because a lot of women do that, and it's so messy and so dirty.
If they're your friend or were your friends at that moment or whatever, and y'all are no longer friends, I mean, a real friend, would just leave it as is. Okay, we're no longer friends, so whatever was told to me in confidence or in, whatever, that it stops there. And you don't go and take that beyond that. It just stops there.
Well, do you think, and I just thought about this when you were saying, do you think that the reason why your ex-friends will go and tell somebody your business because they're hurting, and this is the way that they kind of get over the hurt?
Yes.
That's usually how that plays out. Because I just had a friend of a long time. Me and her stopped being friends. I mean, we were friends for years.
Don't be name dropping.
Ain't gonna name drop or whatever. But we stopped being friends because she was, just one of them bossy bitches or whatever. And these are my friends right here, and I have never in my life ever had another female friend tell me that I can't talk to my friends when I'm in the presence of, her and everything. And just over time, I was like, what? This is crazy. But I mean, it just got to the extreme where I was just like, what? Can't do this anymore. It was a situation where she called me and I couldn't be there for her because I was there for my son. Like any other time she called me, I was always there. But this one time, I wasn't able to take care of a situation for her. So after that, it was like, erase my phone number from your phone book, delete me off of Facebook, and keep your name out your mouth. So when she asked me to do that, you know what? That's what I did. I kept her name out of my mouth, and it was just that. It was over.
So when you have
done.
long friendships like that, can you just let them? Was it really a real friendship? If you could just let it go?
It was real when it was real.
Not something like you needed to talk about and try to hash out.
I mean, but
well, you know, I don't know if you should have, because watching you two from way back far away from this friendship, like I've never met the girl before, but I noticed that she only called Vicky when she wanted her to do something for her. She never called to see how she was doing, what she was up to chit chat like your best friend normally does. She only called, it's an emergency, you need to do this right now. And Vicky would always jump and run. And I would look at her and go, that's not your place.
I think Vicky is very... Okay, so we're going to talk about Vicky now.
oh Lord, she's going to talk about my emotions.
No. Vicky is very giving and kind-hearted. She has your best interest, even though sometimes I think that it's misplaced. I feel like I can speak uncandidly because she is my friend. I do consider her a friend. It depends on the day of the week, because, you know. But, no, she's very giving. She's very loving and nurturing and will do anything for you. You ask for money, she will give it to you.
You asked, stay here. Oh, yeah, my door's open.
But sometimes I do believe that you are too nice, too friendly, and people who don't have your best interest take it for granted. And so with females, I hate that you have to dang near do a background check every time you meet somebody. Mm-hmm. But in order to protect yourself, sometimes in the day and age that we live in now, it's like you really need to just be careful who you befriend.
Oh, definitely.
But for this page, even though I can be upset with a female and I want to call her all type of names in the book and be real disrespectful, but I feel like it's very important to not go there. When you really want to go there, I still want to be able to uplift women, even if I don't agree with them. I'll let you know that I don't agree with you. But I think women, it's so easy, or
it's very easy to quickly jump to you're a bitch and you're a slut, and it's very easy for us to jump to those, because when you're hurt and you're angry, you're gonna spit venom.
But is it always, let me say, Mary says, Vicky, she was your friend, but apparently, you were her friend, but apparently she wasn't your friend.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
That was such a long relationship, though.
But scientists say that if you have a friend relationship for more than 7 years, it's going to last a lifetime. And I used to think that was true until me and my best friend, that we were best friends since we were I think 12 or 13. We've been best friends for a long time, and we had a falling out a couple of years back, and, I tried to call her and mend that friendship, and then she was like, we don't need to talk, there's nothing to talk about. I was like, okay. But then I had to stop and think about it. You know what? Anytime we have an issue or a problem, I'm always taking those steps to her, and then sometimes you can't help people when they're not walking towards you to meet you halfway. And I felt our falling out was crappy, and I didn't feel good about it, and I never did, and I always wanted to explain that to her, I didn't feel okay about how we left it. I felt sad about how we left it, because we have been friends for so long, but she's the one who's choosing not to move forward and talk, so I gotta respect that and back off.
I think people's definition of friendship is not consistent. I don't think friendship means what it's supposed to mean.
I think some people think friendship is a one-way street. Someone's the taker from you, and someone's the giver. Yeah, and our friendship, Nikki, my friend, was good, but a lot of our friendship was based on her taking and not a lot of giving.
Man, and I remember falling out with a friend. She was a friend at the time, because she came and woke me up early one morning. I had my kids, and she had a baby. She was like, well, come over here with me so I can see if my baby daddy is over at this other girl's house. And I was like, oh, Lord, my kids are asleep. I even left my kids home asleep. Went over here with this girl, took her baby. Turns out the man was over there at the other girl's house. So she's trying to get in his truck to try to tear the truck up. She's not going to do it. Nobody's coming to the door. So finally, when he comes out, he looks like he's going to put hands on him. I'm like, don't you dare touch her. He's like, why would you bring her over here? And I'm like, and excuse me for saying, nigga, she broke me. She woke me up. I wouldn't have, she wanted me to go as her friend, so I went with her as her friend. Her and I never spoke again after that ordeal that she put me in. You know, and I'll see
That's
her,
messy.
like she's married to him now, and I see the pictures, and I'm just like,
well, you know what? Good luck with
But
your
your
life.
friends put friends in those type of situations.
I think because, you know, you're always going to be like, if you guys were ever in a situation, I'm there in a second. You know, I'm always the first to swing.
oh, yeah, it's going down.
So, you know, it wouldn't be an issue, but you expect your friends to be, you know, backing you and helping you. And going through ordeals with men can be very crazy times for females because, you know, it's your heart. And then your best friends are like, oh, you're not going to break her heart. You know, I'm going to break you.
I don't know.
I think that if anybody ever said, hey, one of you ever said, hey, well, I mean, y'all have, you know, hey, I need you now. Okay, there, I'm there.
Listen, if they get into situations, see, they're single and I'm married. If they get into situations with a guy and it doesn't seem to me to be in their best interest where they will end up being hurt, I speak on that.
Yeah.
And I feel like such a horrible friend because I feel like I'm supposed to support everything that they're for, but then I'm like, oh no, forget him, you don't need him, da-da-da.
And I tell her that all the time. I tell her that all the time. You're not a horrible friend. That's what a friend is
But
supposed
you gotta look
to
at
do.
the way people, their friendships are now. People are looking for cheerleaders. For
No, I want a real friend. I don't want a cheerleader.
Yeah,
Be a
I
cheerleader when I'm
think
doing
we
right.
can
Be a
figure out
cheerleader
that.
when I got my stuff up. Don't be a cheerleader when I'm crazy, psychotic in the head.
Yeah, I fix that bitch. You crazy? No.
That's the time I need to be controlled and I need to be reined in because, you know, I'm the
I
chihuahua.
think we keep each other balanced though, as far as, you know, making decisions, just situations in our lives and stuff like that. I think we keep each other pretty balanced.
Yeah, we are always together. We are each other's support system. I do believe that it is important to have a quality support system. And when I say quality, the people who have your best interest. You know what I'm saying? People who want to see you win and it's not like a competition. Like, I can't even see myself trying to compete with them. Like, I don't,
Exactly.
my loyalty or my friendship doesn't work like that. Now, on the other hand, I can cut you off real quick. She makes me mad all the time. And I swear, our relationship is probably like sisters for real because every other day I'm mad at her about something.
And then I have to intervene and be like, both you need to calm down.
She's the go-between to make me understand what is going on with Wanda today.
Vicky thinks we are so cool that we can be in a tattoo parlor and she'll be like, you should have worked out before you got that tattoo. And I'm like,
I was just
we're from our
in front of
church
company?
friends. In front of our church friends.
Dude, like, I didn't talk to her for like, I know 2-3 days, maybe even a week.
It was longer than that though, wasn't it?
It was almost
Like,
a month.
like, how you gonna embarrass a sister like that? You know, women we're real sensitive when it comes to our weight and our hair and the way we look, and it's because this is what society has put on us. We're supposed to look like this and be like this, and you know.
But I didn't mean it like that because
Look.
I'm always joking and all of that right there. But she
not
actually took that seriously, and I didn't know until
joke.
later.
It was this tattoo right here. Look, she said you should have worked out before you got this tattoo in front of company. Now, what friend does that? See, if she would, man. So
But it was
again,
all in love.
quality,
it was all in love.
friendship.
It was all in love. But see, that's the thing about our friendship. You learn. You live and you learn and stuff. I would probably never, ever do that ever again.
I guess she did that probably. I'll probably
Probably
never.
she will.
Did I say probably for real? Yeah, I didn't know.
Vic
Say
has
probably.
no filter. Like, these two have no filter whatsoever. So, but I don't know, for some reason this works. We're all around the same age, and we have a lot
Different
in
walks
common.
of life, for
Different-
sure.
Hi, Ben.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
Vic, I'm from Texas.
You're Texas. I'm from Georgia, so I mean we're still from the South.
Maybe it's the maturity level. So, do you think that older women can't be friends with younger women?
No, I think they can.
I'm just
I think they can. Yeah.
Because do you think a lot of the mess that goes on is due to the immaturity, or it's just that the person is just messy?
The person is just messy.
Yeah.
Because you have a lot of young ladies who are not as petty or messy, who are who value their female friendships and who are, you know, they're getting their stuff in order. And, you know, then you have girls who are the same age who are just out there throwing business after business all over the road. doing petty, messy, backhanded bullshit, and would stab their girlfriends in the back the first chance they got. And one day they're going to wake up and they're not going to have a friend, and they're going to really need one who's close, and nobody's going to want to deal with them. And that's sad.
It really is.
It's sad because as females, we need other females in our life because you need that, almost that constant mother figure, aunt figure, grandmother figure in your life.
So, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I grew up in foster care. And so I moved around so much to where I could never have a lasting friendship. So for me, it was nothing. Everybody is disposable.
And that's probably why you're easily
I let people go
because you're not rooted.
Like, it's super, super easy. And so even with my friendships with them, like, if they were to piss me off in the next 5 minutes, I would be deuces for like a week.
Yep.
Because this is what I'm used to. It's not like I'm doing it on purpose just to be, like that. But I think you're conditioned to have a certain response when you go through certain things.
Well, you have a defense mechanism.
Oh, I am super defensive. And so, again, I don't trust people like that. I feel like everyone has an ulterior motive. And yeah, that's not a easy
That's something
way
that you need to work on.
It is not. I will not work on it. No. I'm so used to it. I'm 40 years old now, and it has always been consistent. To where anytime I get into any type of relationship, friendships with anybody, it always ends up with them doing something to me.
Dirty.
Yeah, and so of course now I'm real cautious of people.
Yeah, and I understand that. I definitely understand that. And there's been times where I have opened up my heart to some other person, another female to be friends with, who my gut told me not to, and it did end up, biting me right in the ass over it, and just and I valued our friendship too, and that was the worst thing because I really valued it.
Dang, it was a show where the girl made people sign a friendship contract. What was that on? I can't remember. I think we gotta start having people sign friendship. No, it was one I can't remember. I know somebody's gonna remember that though. But that is not too far.
It hurts my feelings when I form a relationship with another female and I'm really enjoying her company and we're doing a lot of things together and we're having such a great friendship, and then you get that blindsidedness, that snake in the grass type quality, and that really hurts my feelings because I've opened up to you.
But do you think we jumping into, just like a relationship, you can jump into a relationship with a
expectations?
I am more guarded with female friends than I am jumping into a relationship with a man.
Am I?
I think we all are.
No, I'm the same way with everybody.
I think it's maybe because I really value having female friends, and I want to make sure.
So you have a sister. Do you think it has anything the way you are for female?
Well, okay. So background on me and my sister. We didn't grow up together. We were together until I was 8 years old, and then I went to live with my grandparents, and she stayed with my mom and stepdad. So we really didn't have that growing up through our teenage years together. The years where you bond with your sister,
like
and and you talk about love and relationships and sex, and what you want to do when you get older and stuff like that. And it's funny because me and my sister used to play this game when we were little called Let's Pretend We're Sisters. No, I don't know why, but we would pretend like we were older and living together in the city, and she was working at an ad agency and I was a fashion designer, but
here I am with my emotional part. I literally got emotional because you got to experience that. And I have 3 brothers. One passed away and one's incarcerated and one's in Houston. But I've never had that.
But unfortunately, just having that short time with my sister really did us an injustice, because now that we're older, we're close, but we're not as close as I look at some people, and they share so much with their sister.
Like her and her sister.
Yes.
Vic and her sister.
They go on trips.
They
share talks about intimate things. That's not who me and my sister are, and I hate that.
Y'all replace my 2 sisters back home. Y'all don't replace them, like my real sisters. But I'm going to tell you why y'all replace them, and because you act like my sister Lulu. And you act like my sister Veronica. I talk to Veronica more than I do Lulu, but when me and Lulu talk, we're kind of like you and I. We I don't know. We have this love type thing.
Man, I love to hate her
And
every day.
stuff. And boy, don't let us get mad at each other, because just how you treat me is how she treats me. You know, she don't talk to me for a while. But it's all in love, though. You know what I'm saying? But you know, these are my sisters away from home, because my family is back home in Georgia and stuff. I think you've met one of my sisters and my mom.
I've only met.
You haven't. She's only met my uncle,
which is
so weird. Yeah, right.
But yeah, I always talk about going to Georgia with you to you know, hang out with your family, but I'm either always working or I was in school. Yeah. Because she wants to stay for weeks on end, and I can't be doing that.
I can do that as car retirement.
I gotta pay bills.
I would totally love to have had a sister, or I mean, it took me we met when my early 30s or whatever. And that was the closest thing to a sister that I had, even though I get mad at her every other day.
But you get mad at your sister.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know what that's like.
Well, you get mad. The way you guys fight is the same way you would fight with your sister.
Exactly.
The same in the way that you guys make up. Everything, the nitpicking.
Just don't pull my hair.
I used to tell you, this is what I always say. Like, your sisters are going to fight like this.
Yeah.
Don't take my stuff without asking. Well, I couldn't find you. Put it back and don't borrow it.
Right.
Well, I don't want to talk to you more. Get out of my room. Hey, you want to go see a movie later? Yeah, what time?
Yeah.
Not me. I can hold a grudge like nobody's business.
She'll wait 3 to 7 business years.
No, listen, and I know I'm wrong for this, and I've gotten so much better. I'll even give my husband 72 business hours. If he makes me mad, I won't talk to him for 72 hours. Like, because I feel like I'm so big-hearted and kind-hearted, and I love people, and I love helping people. So when someone makes me mad, I feel like you have the audacity, knowing as great as I, you know, and I don't know. It's these women are freaking awesome. They're freaking awesome.
You got the freaking part right. I just like.
That's all her.
It's so great knowing somebody who they may judge my crazy because I'm crazy, but it's all in love. It is not malicious. I do believe you got to look at the intent and the heart of people. I know that's probably not a conversation you're going to have with somebody when you first meet them because it may scare them off. But I almost feel like it would behoove people to kind of let's have lunch. Let's sit down and get to know each other.
Yeah,
let's
like dating.
Yeah,
with a female,
friendship
like
dating.
Yeah,
you can date your friends and not date like some weird shit. I'm saying like because you have to protect yourself, protect your heart, protect your interests and things like that. I think it's fair to, date your friends.
Date your friends, yeah.
I mean, we always, because we always have like little separate dates or dates all together.
And she always get jealous.
She cheats on her with, it happens, y'all.
We have a threesome. We have this threesome going on.
When I'm on vacation, they're back here having fun with her. I get a little jealous.
Look, they are always going out to eat, and I'm always at home because I'm a homebody. I don't say nothing. But if Alyssa and I go out to have lunch, Vic is in her feelings. We're all type of bitches. And I'm like, dang. I don't think Alyssa cares if we go out. You'll still say something fly though. I think
I just be acting a fool sometimes. It don't be nothing. It's just that I miss my girls when I'm away and wish they could be where I am when I am traveling.
She sounds like she getting that crying voice. That's how she does when she gets emotional.
Whatever. But I will tell y'all this. I am so grateful right now because my foot is in a cast. I'm taking care of my grandson, but at the same time, I have my girls right here standing in for me. There's a lot of things I can't. But they're standing in and helping me out, and I don't think I could have had any better two people to be by my side, but these two right here. So I mean,
I would literally wipe her butt, but she doesn't need me to wipe her butt. It's no homo stuff. I'm just saying, like. It is very rare.
Hey, Mom.
It's very rare to find people who just, I don't want to say don't care about your flaws. They just love you, just all of you, whatever that is, your crazy part. Because I have some really bad mood swings, like for real. And they just accept it. We all have mood swings.
I would have never understood had I took psychology. So What was our?
Oh, you tried it?
What was her name?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh my God! But anyway,
She was awesome.
She was amazing. She made me understand the psyche more. So I ask a lot of questions when it comes. I think we all ask questions when it comes down how one another thinks or whatever, to get a better understanding of one another and stuff. So I mean, that goes a long way. I mean, I think we could ask each other some of the craziest questions and
very open.
Because
we have a very good.
That's
open.
what it is.
We
It's
can
because,
talk about anything.
And
You need
it's
that
no
in your
judgment.
life.
It's no malicious judgment. And I think there's a difference between just regular somebody just judging you to be malicious and somebody just saying, "Girl, that was crazy that you did that." You know, there's a difference.
You need to check yourself.
Yeah.
You need to reevaluate why you did that.
Well, why do you think it is that? And I'm the question asker. Anyway,
She's like a 4-year-old.
But why?
But why?
No, because I really do try to understand why people do some of the things they do. So if we're friends, clearly, and I'm doing something jacked up wrong, would you feel at ease to tell me because we're friends, or do you think there's certain elements that need to be present for you to be able to tell me or check me on something?
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you think females do that? Say, for instance, like the baby mama, like if a woman has a baby by a guy, and she's doing him dirty and she's not letting him see the baby or whatever, and you know, a lot of females would be like, "Girl, yeah, I won't let him see the baby because he's not giving you paying child support or whatever." If you were to witness that, would you tell her she's wrong?
If I was the other friend, I'd be like, "You're wrong. If you want this man to be the father, then you gotta let him do father things."
But women are not saying. A lot of women are not saying that.
Because a lot of women like to remain ratchet.
And a lot
with
of them
each
are
other.
not mature.
Yeah.
I thought y'all said it didn't have nothing to do with maturity.
It does. I mean, if you're doing something just downright stupid,
It's that person, not really the maturity. It's that person because everybody matures differently, and plus it also goes back to how you were raised. I think too.
You think so?
Yeah.
Some females are just ignorant and just don't think about nobody but themselves and stuff. So.
And they're watching all these shows of how women are with men, and they're thinking that's the way it should be. Look, you and your heart know what you need to decide on things. Don't follow other people, especially a celebrity. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, look what our young women have to look up to. If the reality shows are any indication of how women are, especially women of color, then who's going to want a woman like that, though? Yeah,
and especially like, I was reading something today about how it was a man, he was saying that women today don't really have good enough role models in the music industry. They have these women who have fake this, fake that, fake everything. He goes, and people don't realize and don't remember what real beauty was. Like he said, we had these ladies from the 80s, who had all this natural beauty, natural bodies. And he said, man, they were banging. He goes, and that's who my attention turns to. He goes, I don't turn to any of these other women. They're good to look at, but they're not positive in anything that they do.
So do you, because Vicky's good about when she sees a woman, attractive woman, or who she feels is attractive, she'll compliment them. Oh, you look really nice. But do you think that a lot of women do that, or they think it's some type of, that means she's got to be gay if she compliments another woman?
Well, first of all, I'm secure in the skin that I'm in, first of all.
Yeah, you are.
So...
I mean, you are. Like, I get so jealous because you're so secure in everything, and I'm just like, I can't be like that.
All women.
I feel like if I can be secure, the next person can be just as secure, and so I try to them, empower them by tell them, hey, you're beautiful. That's why I cannot stand females that put on makeup. I know y'all don't mean I can't stand y'all, but y'all know how I feel about that and stuff. But I really wish that people would just embrace their natural beauty more.
But I mean, like I said, look what they have to emulate. You have the magazines, the television telling you how you should look and what is considered beautiful. You have kids going to school and they have to be sent home because their hair is a certain way. Like, the world is not set up for people to really be confident in who they are. So I think it's important, like women, if you see a woman that's looking beautiful, or she's kept up, her upkeep is good, say something. It doesn't have to mean that you want to talk to this woman like in a romantic way. Just compliment another woman, help build another woman up.
She could have the worst self-esteem, and that's why she's doing so out, and that one compliment of how she looks will help boost her up. Because I know I do that a lot when I worked in retail, especially. And if bigger ladies would come in and they would try on things, and they was like, I would help them. All of my life I wanted to be a fashion designer. So when they would come in, I would help them find something that would accentuate what is, their best quality. They could tell me what their best quality is, and I could help them with that. And I always, try to sit there and say, girl, own that. You look so good.
You're like one in,
I do it with all women, but I feel like I have to do it with the ladies who come in there. You can tell by their face, that they're just down, and their friends aren't really paying attention to them or really helping them, or, and I don't feel bad for them. I just feel like they need somebody who's positive for them.
Yeah.
And I do it with the older ladies, too. Like, I see this older lady the other day. I was in a store. This older lady, she had to be in her almost 70s, rocking this badass mini skirt and this cute top and these nice, cute shoes. And I was like, you look great. She was like, oh, you think so? I didn't know if I wanted to wear this. No, you need to wear that every day because you look great.
Yeah, I'm definitely for building women up and, supporting women in any fashion that I can. Of course, like I said, I'm going to let you know if you messing up, and that's just my perception of you messing up. Because not all of our opinion is going to be the same and consistent when it comes to somebody else. But there's so many people that I've met that are depressed. They don't have the best self-esteem. So instead of, because I'm seeing so much killing on Facebook and on TV and things, I wanted to do my part. Yes, I can't go out there and shoot anybody, but I wanted to do my part. So I created these pages, Affirmation Station, where you can go and get your daily dose of affirmation. Get your daily dose of affirmations, because sometimes we forget to appreciate ourselves and to value ourselves, and we have to be reminded of that. So you get a chance, go on Affirmation Station and just check it out. And then we, of course, again, we have the pages, That's What's Up 2.0 and DW 2.0, The Rise of a Broken Woman. Quit, boy. So again, with friendships, we've been rocking for a minute. We're trying to just build the brand of DW, That's What's Up. For all women, if you're going through something and you just need a support system, you need some quality friends. And yeah, I can say we have a quality relationship. We have a quality friendship because we know who each other is. We know each other's heart.
You hold each other accountable.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, what do you?
I don't know, man. Like I said before,
boy.
There's nothing better than to be empowered by your best friends. And I can actually say these are my best friends. Now, over my life now, I have ran into some amazing females. So if you somebody that has served with me or, came across my path, I call you battle or whatever. And battle to me is deeper than a friend and stuff. So I know one day if I needed to call up on one of my battles, somebody I done served with or whatever, I know I can depend on them. But my friends is a little bit deeper and personal and stuff.
And we're close right now. We're in the same vicinity. Like a lot of our battles live all over the United States, or all over the world pretty much. Like I have one, and she is, Shayla, she's just doing her thing, and she's a security guard. She's pulling her way, and she's taking care of her 2 babies by herself, pretty much, and just she's a very strong, independent woman who's been through a whole bunch, and I just want to give props to her because she's just an amazing lady that I'm so blessed to call my friend.
And I feel like too, as a friend, everybody should try to be the best friend to anybody. I mean, because you just never know what that person will value, coming from you and stuff. And I think that's, another reason why we are and stuff. So I mean, what was what's called be great on purpose.
Be great on purpose. That is phenomenal.
Be great on purpose. Be a great friend on purpose.
Yeah,
Bentonio. That's his little hashtag, and I love it. And so to counter that, be a great friend on purpose as well. Cause
and even if it's not a friend, you think somebody can support you and not be your friend?
Yes.
Because I don't want to get the lines blurred and make people think, well, you got to go befriend this person in order to get support. I feel like you can still support somebody and not be malicious with your intent when dealing with them. And like you said, if I come and tell you something in confidence, I don't expect to see it on Facebook. Right. So, like, you really, really need to pay attention to the people you're friending and why. Are you trying to get ahead? Are you trying to get a certain position? Don't waste your time on, what's a good name for it? On worthless relationships that are not helping build you up as a person.
Negative relationships. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you can spot them. I mean, you got the same red flags that you do if you're with a guy. You know, you see them. I think so. I think you see them, like, the little bit of backhanded compliments, like, oh, girl, you know, I could never wear that.
They're being funny.
Yeah. Sometimes it's truthful in the fact that, you know, man, I'm so jealous of how you look. And sometimes it's just like, you look stupid. What do you wear? But they won't come out and say, that's not the outfit for you. You shouldn't be wearing that.
Mm-hmm. So have any of y'all ever been in a relationship where your mate made you or tried to get you to choose between being with them versus your female friends or male friends?
Yes.
I think it's a jealousy thing from the male's point of view, or, you know, whoever. It's a jealousy thing. Like, I want all of your time and attention. I don't want you to constantly be, because my husband, Larry, my husband he has a problem. I think he has a problem with how close we are.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. He wants that closeness with you.
He wants it, and like I said, I've been through so much to where I'm almost emotionally unavailable. Even in friendships, even in romantic relationships, it really takes some strong individuals or some open-minded individuals to deal with my brokenness, which is one of the reasons, and there's so many reasons why this page was created. With the rise of a broken woman, you can be broken in any capacity, whether it's, you know, you were abused as a child, you were molested, you were sexually assaulted.
Finding it hard to date again.
Yeah, there's so many
just the hurt.
Dynamics of that. Yeah, that's what it boils down to, hurt and pain. And I feel like women should be able to come together because, and I hate to beat a dead horse, but when it comes to being objectified and devalued or undervalued, and
so many women go through so much of the same stuff. We have so much of the same commonality that can bring us together, and a lot of times it just divides us. And I don't understand that part of it.
And so this is the reason why we're doing this today, talking about female relationships, because we know that it's something that it's a lost entity. The friendships that I've seen, I don't think I've seen any healthy, positive female relationships.
Not that many. Like, and they're really small.
Yeah.
The circle for that is really, really small.
But can you define it between cliquish? It's a clique type of relationship, friendship, or is it really like? And no one has to validate their friendships to anybody, but I'm saying there's a difference between you have somebody who's just in a clique and they just talk about everybody else, and people who are really, okay, I want to build this woman up because she's another woman. You know what I'm saying? I can relate to this other woman, and it's not a competition or anything like that.
You know, I have this friend well, I've met her in person. I met her in Germany, actually, and she did some photos for me. She is amazing. This woman she's like what a woman should be, and she is all for building up women. And she's so gorgeous, and she's just so, like, she's very, very pretty, but her whole personality of, like, always trying to build up a woman makes her 100 times prettier, I think. And, like, she's all about that. And it's so sad because all these women will go against her. Like, they always have something bad and nasty to say about her because she's pretty and she's friendly to women and she's friendly in general, and they always say the worst things about her, and it hurts my heart because she's so good.
What it is, and I've been pondering on that for a minute to try to understand why people do that. It's just like having integrity. If, say, you got 50 people over here and not one of them has integrity and they kind of get ahead by just being dishonest, and you have this one person who's always open and honest, because there's more people over here that are dishonest, this seems to be the right thing.
You're right.
And so, wait a minute, this is different. It couldn't possibly be valid or truthful or anything to that nature because this person is being so honest. It's unheard of for people to actually have integrity, and it's genuine.
You know, and I'm just so proud of her because she's had, you know, these children, and, you know, she got her body back in order so she could win a bodybuilding contest and everything, you know, and she just, through the entire time, you know, I was starting to work out again, and she would always send me these, you know, updates and like, I'm so proud of you, your pictures look great. You know, she's just that kind of person, and everybody else, all these other females that worked where she worked at were always saying that she's a slut and a whore.
Do you think it's easier for people to be just hateful and mean versus being nice?
I think it is when they have a lot of deep-seated insecurities and a lot of stuff that they're ashamed of or guilty of. I think it's easier for them to just play off that sourness than to actually go and seek help for their toxic behavior.
Toxicity. Do you think people can be confident and insecure at the same time?
Yes.
I believe that.
Because people always say, oh my God, you know, you'll talk to anybody, but I'm very insecure.
I think I can almost, I would bet my life on it that every single person in this world has something that they're insecure about, no matter how minute it is. But I think that's a vulnerability that people don't want exposed.
Right.
They don't want anybody to know, so I guess they'll speak
hurtful.
really loudly, or they gotta be seen
before someone calls them out.
On it.
Think about it too.
Yeah.
The very thing that a person denied that they're insecure about is the very insecurity that.
Well, you can actually see it though.
Yeah.
You can see, and again, for those who are tuning in or are still tuning in, we did create this page because we wanted to be the change we wanted to see. We didn't want to keep complaining about, well, women just don't support one another and women are so mean to one another. We actually wanted to put our money, for lack of a better analogy, where our mouth was.
Or is.
Or is. Was, is, all of that.
Shall
Will be.
I'm so freaking slow. And again, we want to reach out to other women for this platform and speak about things that are important to us, things that women go through that we can relate to one another. We want to be a support system for other women. We're going to continue to be a support system for each other. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
So like she said, she has her foot in the cash right now. We're taking turns over here taking care of her and the baby. We got all 3 grandbabies over here right now, and Lord, when I tell you, I raised stair-step kids, but I don't know, for some reason I feel like I forgot some things. So now when it comes to having 3 babies that are seeking your attention at one time, I'm over here about to lose my mind. I think I need a drink. Yeah, they're very jealous. They're very jealous, and so. But we got our girl back. We're not gonna let her.
And I appreciate it like to the third power, because I don't know what I was gonna do, but thank goodness for them though. Thank goodness.
What are the odds? There was one time, and this is one of the reasons I always remember and I appreciate Vic. There's one time I had a bad situation where the husband I was married to, I found out he was married to someone else, and so I was trying to move out of the house that he and I had. And I needed $1,000. I did not have that money. I don't know what made me go to Vic to ask her for that. She gave me, $960, but we're going to round it up. She gave me $1,000 to help me move in to this house. Who do you know that you can go to for $1,000?
Not too many people.
Nobody. So I wanted to make sure that, I strive to be a woman of my word, that I pay her back with the quickness. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to I almost feel indebted to her. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never known anybody I can go to for $5.
Or just like me last minute needing a place to live when my relationship fell apart, and it was that day, hey, I want you to leave. And I had just paid all the bills, so I don't have any money. And she was like, nope, you can come stay with me.
Or pick up my kids, my son, and take him to work if I'm out of town. You don't have people that you can depend on for that. So, by golly, if she needs something, I'm going to be there. So, I've been here. I'm going to be
like
here.
I said, and it's amazing to have friends like that. Don't start with me. Don't start with me.
Bring it in.
But yeah, these are my girls, man. These are my girls
Yeah.
and stuff. And like I said, I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have them, especially, you know, caring for a grandson and stuff. So I mean, I guess I paid it forward, and now it's coming back.
Oh yeah, it'll always come back. I mean, that's just what we do as friends. You know, you look out for each other, as well as, you know, help guiding and saying you're messing up, you're screwing up, but you also do that. Man, you got this. Look at you. You're so strong. You know, like when LaWanda sings or performs, you know, we're right there to cheer her on.
Your girl down.
Yes, yelling and screaming and rooting for
Even
her.
at karaoke and stuff, you know. So
Yeah, it's great. It's a great feeling when you have people that you can trust and you can depend on and things like that, especially when you're not used to it. I didn't grow up being nurtured and somebody telling me I love you and oh my God, I didn't grow up like that, and so this is new for me.
I know it's hard for you when we say it too,
yeah.
and you don't always
say something. She's like, y'all.
You don't have to say it back, but you know where we stand.
Dude, I feel so weird when they tell me they love me. It's like, oh, don't do that.
She doesn't know how to handle it, and that's fine. That's fine.
I
because
feel
of
like
the way
I'm
you grew
so
up. I
jacked
understand that.
up. Like, y'all probably used to somebody saying I love you. I never got that growing up.
Mm-mm.
I never got
mean,
that.
we didn't have that kind of household either.
Giving you hugs.
No, there was
and-
nothing like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, I've always, and this is what I've said when I joined the Army, you know, and I started making these really good, deep connections with females, and it was more like, you know what, this is my family. So, for the most part, most of my holidays I spend with my friends because they're family. They're not friends anymore. It's family now.
I didn't even have that, like, for years until I met Vic. No, I didn't. There was no houses or friends I can go over and anybody I can chill with and go out with. I was always by myself, and so I developed. That's my defense mechanism. I prefer to be by myself so that you can't reject me.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds so jacked up when I say it out loud, but it's my reality, and I know that there's other women out there, even men who go through that where they never had anybody, and it's like a culture shock when all of a sudden you have somebody, because now
Who's
I'm questioning,
down for you.
Are they serious, or am I gonna find my business out on Facebook,
or am I gonna find myself alone again when I really need somebody there to just be like, oh, sorry for you.
And so it's every day. I have to make a huge effort to accept what they are giving me. Every day, it's still hard every day because you have so many years, decades of feeling unwanted and rejected and like the outsider in every situation. So I think they kind of save my life every day. Because I do suffer from depression and things like that, and so knowing that I can, I have them to talk to, even though I feel weird when I have to call you up. I'm like, am I getting on your nerve?
Nah, she can never get on my nerve.
I don't want to bombard them with my issues, but I know that there are other women out there who feel alone and who need a support system like I have, and we are extending that olive branch to be that support system for you. Even though you don't know us, we don't know you. That's the beauty in building relationships, healthy relationships.
There's not enough of a healthy relationship.
Since we're on that, how can we promote women just supporting one another more and being there for one another and just being open to understanding someone's history and backstory? How can we push that narrative?
First of all, having the tough conversations.
Those hard conversations.
We go back to it, but it's true.
Have those conversations. And
how do you do that? Hey, girl, I know I just met you, but let me tell you my life story.
Oh no! I mean, we had a recent situation where a girl just sat down with us and poured her heart out to us. And I was just like, I would have never thought somebody just meeting us, like that and just told us so much about herself. I mean, so I guess people have a good judge of character when it comes down to some females.
Well, also, if you feel like your friends, you need something more because we got them babies. There's an event happening in Dallas Saturday, October 13th from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's you can find it on Eventbrite, and it is a woman's empowerment gathering. Mm-hmm. And they'll have they go over everything. There's a bunch of different little tables and venues set up. It looks like it would be very interesting to go to. Some of these are a little costly. Some are 20, some are 50, but there's a bunch coming up in Dallas here soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of far. But
so go to Eventbrite, and you will find all these women conferences. And I just Googled women's empowerment movement and see what popped up, and that was the first thing that came up. And I was looking to see what was going out there for women and empowering women. And if there were things like conferences that people could go to, a lot of them are $20, some of them are $50, and that's because they provide lunches and they provide other free things or other things for you.
Or are there support groups for people who, I know there are depression groups and stuff like that, but are there support groups for support? If that makes sense.
Yeah, there is. And at this event coming up in October, they have a whole bunch of counselors there. They have a bunch of things for women who have been in domestic violence, who have been, who just need somebody to appreciate them and help them figure out what their path is.
Well, let me ask you, because some people could say that maybe it's an ego stroking thing to have women or just anybody to support other people. Like, do you feel like they're just wanting their ego?
You know what you're saying? I think some people think it's they're babying you. You need somebody. You know what? Everybody needs somebody. Yeah. And if you are the person that says, I don't need anybody, then you're the one who definitely needs someone. Mm-hmm. These are good to have because they're not only that, I mean, it's a networking experience too. You get to reach out to a whole plethora of women who are from so many different backgrounds, and they have so many different businesses and, so many stepping stones. You never know where that information that you get from there will help another female out or, just help you see your worth. Maybe you've come from a situation that you just got out of and you're trying to slowly build yourself back up.
Man, I don't even know if women really realize the strength that they have.
Yeah. I mean, you can push a baby through you. You can get through anything.
Dude, I think when women start to really understand and fathom the strength and endurance and how innovative and beautiful that women are, no matter what you look like, your size,
your color.
Man, you want me, baby. Somebody want me. Yes. But I think women sleep on themselves.
Yeah.
So, and if women are sleeping on themselves, you can only imagine how women are sleeping on each other.
And you're the prize, lady. You're the prize. Mm-hmm. So, every day wake up, straighten that crown up.
Say it again.
Every day wake up and straighten that crown up because you're the prize.
You got to be reminded sometimes, when it gets hard.
Oh, and it's never a problem to lean over to the lady next to you and be like, your crown is slipping.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Sure. Do you think it's okay to
give me my crown?
Tell somebody?
Yeah. Okay. Hey, you know what? Sit up straighter. Your crown is slipping. I don't want to see a queen.
I
don't want to see a queen's crown fall to the ground.
Well, I had a friend when I was stationed in Fort Benning. She told me how I used to walk. Now, y'all, I ain't trying to toot on horn. I got a big booty. But back then, I used to walk this weird way. But my homegirl, Renisha, was like, Jay, you walk like this or whatever. And I said, well, dang, I ain't know that. So the next thing you know, she was teaching me how to walk straight. Mm-hmm. So now whenever I walk, people are saying, why you walk like you going to kick somebody's ass? Or it's like, well,
you just said that to
first of all,
okay, since you said that, is there a way to tell someone something without them taking it like you're meaning it to be funny?
Sometimes just make a disclaimer to let them know where you're coming from.
I'm not trying to be funny, but sometimes when people give me that disclaimer, they are trying to be funny. So how can
I think it's up to that person to view that at their own discretion, I should say, and take it in stride, like how they're going to take it. If you're going to take offense to it, say, then you need to be that person. If it offended you, you need to tell them, I really took offense to that. Mm-hmm. Is that how you meant it?
Right. There's always a way to approach.
Communication is key in every aspect of every relationship you're ever going to have.
Yeah, that is important, even in professional relationships or situations. If someone's if they offend you, let them know. But not everyone is going to take that. I think we have to start somewhere in terms of building better relationships amongst women.
Women get shy about what they want, and they won't say it. Like, I need you to be a better friend, or just like saying to their partner, I need you to love me a little louder today because I don't feel it and I need it.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
You know, you need to, women need to quit apologizing for their existence. I feel like we do that so much. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, when you're coming out of the elevator and some guy is like walking right to you, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, you sidestep. You know what I started doing? Not moving. Because you're going to recognize that I'm right there.
Yeah.
And that nothing bothers me more than someone who just walks through life like they're the only person in the world.
I think women have gotten used to being submissive, and I hate that word, but women have gotten used to being submissive, and so there's a lot of things that we take so that somebody else won't say, "Oh, dang, she's aggressive," or "Dang, she's confrontational."
But if it's a man, he's just empowered. He's not aggressive. He's not, confrontational. He is just, feeling his role as a leader.
I think because
I'm not bossy, I'm a leader.
Dainty and seen and not heard, and that's an objectification.
Well, you may not be able to see me, but you're gonna hear me because I'm short. So you may not be able to see me.
Remember what I said on the last show when a woman should never walk behind a man. She should always walk beside him or her and stuff. No one is greater than the other.
That's
and
true.
Stuff. So, also, I'd like to challenge every woman out there to be your best woman possible every day. I mean, if you're falling short, recognize that and get it together and stuff. Because shoot, ain't nothing like being the greater you.
Man.
And everybody can use that recognition of their glow up. So don't be afraid to say it. Don't be afraid to say, "Girl, you look good today," or man,
that's a challenge right there.
Yeah.
So if you see another female looking nice, you like her shoes, don't be facetious when you say it. Like, really be genuine. Then let her know. There's nothing wrong with letting a person.
Because I'm a shoe person.
This right here, I just love. I've been staring at it, so I'm gonna steal it.
I like the color.
No, don't steal it. Go to Ross and get it.
Like, I'm a big shoe person, and that's the first thing I notice. That if a girl's got some hot shoes on, I tell her, "Girl, I love those shoes. You look good in them."
Because you know what I
noticed?
noticed?
This looks so good. My grandson even got his eyes.
Yeah, I notice all the time down Facebook. I always see other females calling each other bitches and hoes, and oh, she's doing this and she's doing that. Oh, she don't have any edges, or she's bald headed, or she wearing too much makeup. Who cares?
Who cares?
Let her be her best self.
Why is
That's
it
her
so
best
concerning
self.
to you that you feel like you need to come out of your mouth and say something about it?
Dude, we get enough from what we're supposed to be by other people's standard. We don't need to do that to each other. It's unhealthy. It's not paying your bills. So there's no benefit in downing another woman. There's no benefit in it. So stop it. It's ridiculous, and you don't look cute when you're doing it. I'm just saying.
And everybody around you can see it, and everybody's like, "That's messy."
These people who are talking with you, are probably talking behind your back. Every time you gossip about somebody else, they're gossiping about you.
Never mind.
Huh? So you're gonna be a good man, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's raise our. We need to raise our boys to be respectful. We need to raise them like men, though, too.
No, because they always feel like women can't raise young men.
I mean, we've been doing it since the dawn of time.
I mean, we play a fair part of it, because
but it's good for them to have positive male role models. It's very good for a man, because he needs to see how another man walks through life, how he holds himself up, and how he conducts his business, and how he has relationships with females. I mean, you need to see both ends of the spectrum, and I think as females,
together. Why does there have to be a competition every time? As long as everybody in society is thinking, "I'm going to compete," we're never going to get ahead. We're going to still stay stuck in this same.
Some people will get ahead because they'll just stomp on you.
But that's why we're trying to stop that cycle. We're really trying to just continue to build women up and promote women entrepreneurs and businesses. Like right now, Freedom Art has her.
Yes.
Oh, Natalie.
Yes.
She has her video shoot going on right now. If you guys are interested in being in that video,
I think it's already started, but
yeah, sort of
Long Branch Park.
Yeah, what Long Branch Park. Go out there, get in that video. That way you can go brag to your friends. I'm in that video right there. So go ahead and support. So again, shout out to Freedom Art.
Doing her
She
thing,
came out with a
boy.
new clothing line.
And she's sounding great.
Yes, you have there's a new black-owned hair salon in the mall. Is it a salon or just a boutique?
It's actually a salon and a nail.
Oh,
that's what's up.
We're gonna go check it out and support it.
Yes, so yeah. So
So
if you have a business and let us know. Hit this feed. Let us know. We want to come out and support you and brag about it and put it on our page and just really support, especially the women.
Inbox us any topics that y'all might want us to discuss and
flyers for your upcoming events.
Yes. So next week we will have a special guest, and we will be speaking on sexual assault. I know a lot of women that have gone through that. I have personally gone through it myself, so that will be the topic. So if you know anybody who has experienced that, then make sure to let them tell them to tune in. Follow our page so that they'll be notified when we do go live in regards to that topic. Do y'all have any? Y'all want to keep going? Y'all have any final?
We could go ahead and close there.
Yeah.
You got any final words?
Trust and believe in your friends. Lift them up every day that you can. Lift each other up. Because your friends are, when you treat them right, you're going to be friends forever. It's always give and take. You're always going to have your arguments, but you need to learn to go to them and say, look, this isn't who we are. Let's figure this out.
Vicky,
it's very important.
This is not who we are. Let's figure this shit out.
And it's okay. It's okay to take breaks from your friends and take that breathing moment to fix yourself and then go back to them, and it's okay to end friendships that are becoming toxic.
Yeah.
Toxic in one way as well. And, you can feel some sort of way about it, but in the end, I heard that with my heart.
Adult abuse.
You can't stay in a toxic relationship with a man just like you can't stay in a toxic relationship with a friend.
Mm-hmm. And just be your best woman possible every day. I mean, you are accountable for the type of friend that you're gonna be.
Right.
Can't nobody else hold you accountable for that but yourself.
It's true.
But like I said, these ladies right here, they've been my ride or die and stuff. And I mean, based on the friendship that we have, I think we can say we hold each other accountable. And everything. So I'm grateful for that. And having said that, I'll pass it over to LaWanda.
I'm going to read this comment before I get my last. So Miss Johnson said, we need to raise our awareness of how men should treat us, and at the same time raise awareness of how we should treat them.
Exactly.
You are so right.
Yes.
And that's definitely going to be one of the topics because it is important. And again, and I think I'm going to always say one of the other reasons why we created the page is because since there's such a breakdown in terms of the genders, not just the genders, but even in the ethnic makeups. If the women get themselves together, find out why they're broken and heal from being broken within the women, the female community, and then the men do it within their specific community. Then once we get our stuff together individually, then we can come together and try to make this thing work. Because there's no reason why we should be competing with one another.
Yeah, and
a lot of time being wasted.
A lot of time being wasted. So you have all of these broken, hurt people out here just doing more damage to the next person.
We need to build up our men just the way they need to build us up because, if we don't have each other, we don't have existence.
I got you, babe.
Right. You have females are Mother Earth, and we take care of and we nurture and we get things done. But, we have to give a props to those men who are out there, who are respectful, who are classy, who have their game going and, they're building up themselves. They're building up their sons, their daughters, their wives, their girlfriends, their best friends, their mothers. It's amazing when you see men step in and have that same respect for a woman that the woman has for the man. Then you have this empowerment of the people.
But all you see, and I don't want to be the negative person, but it seems like all you see is negativity and disrespect, where even, each one of us is being depicted in such a negative light on television. Maybe we need to do something to stop that from showing.
Media is bad. Media is bad for helping keep this race conflict going, help keep this gender conflict going.
Yeah.
The media is so bad with it. Stop paying attention to that.
It's the money.
And go with what you morally are good
You have
with.
to have a moral compass.
Yeah. You do.
You really do. You have to have integrity.
And please stop going after what celebrities think is the right thing to do. Have your own opinion. Don't be a sheeple.
Sheeple. Can you define what that is?
Oh my God.
Sheeple?
Yes, they go in this herd, and if that person says it's good, they're gonna do it. Especially if it's a celebrity or even the news. You gotta think for yourself. Have your own backbone, and be willing to go against the grain and say that's not right. Or,
even if you gotta stand by yourself.
Sometimes standing by yourself is the strongest that you can be.
Yes. I heard somebody say one time that if you have like a conglomerate of people that think, I'm gonna say Beyonce. You got a conglomerate of people who think Beyonce can sing, but then you have two people who think that she cannot sing. The conglomerate of people who feel like she can't sing have to be right because it's more of them. I think that is the craziest narrative that I've ever heard. Just because somebody's been doing something or feeling some type of way or thinking a certain type of way for so long does not mean it's right.
Form your own
Just because
opinion.
it's politically correct by society standards does not mean that it's correct.
That's right.
So to piggyback off what you said, form your own opinion, and just know that not everybody is going to agree with you. It is your opinion. You have a right to have your opinion, and no one can take that away from you.
That's right.
So when it comes to treating other people how you want to be treated,
the golden rule.
that should, I don't
Do
even know that
unto
keep
never go
being
wrong with
stated.
that.
That should be the motto for everybody. Do unto others.
I mean, if you want respect, you gotta be respectful. If you want, if you want to be treated fairly, you have to treat others fairly. And if you want people to recognize a change in you, you have to recognize a change in other people.
You have to be open.
That goes such a long way.
Yeah, it does.
I don't think you can ever go wrong with that.
For real.
The golden rule
That's why
is
it's golden.
Yeah, I mean,
living my life like it's golden.
Golden.
I'm gonna always sing a song, so if y'all don't like, I'm saying once again, we are the ladies of DW 2.0. We have taken up enough of y'all's time, but again, if you guys have any topic suggestions, definitely hit our inbox.
Yes.
If you want to be a guest on our little show, our little podcast, then let us know. If you want to go back and watch any of our previous videos, only one, and then other ones from Dhat'z, Wess'up, you can watch it on YouTube. But again, we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram under DW 2.0 The Rise. And I'm LaWanda.
I'm Victoria.
I'm Elisa.
And this is my Fat Juicy.
And this is my little scoop.
And we are signing off. Thank y'all for tuning in. We will be with you guys next Saturday for the topic of sexual assault. So once again, keep it locked with us.
Because I'm living my best life.
Living our best lives.
Deuces.